if you know nothing about Cambodia and you see this film, you won't just think these are people that suffered through a war. You will think these are really interesting people. Their roots and their personality, their humor, their love of music, their culture, it's all of that. It has to be, in the end, this love letter to Cambodian people.
How's it going, everybody? Welcome to Cinemaholic Productions. My name is Spencer Henderson, and I am a cinemaholic.
My name is Ryan Gordon, and I'm a cinemaholic.
And today we are talking about First They Killed My Father, A Daughter of Cambodia Remembers. This is the latest film from director Angelina Jolie, and she introduced the movie to us. She's very passionate about this material. She has some Cambodian children she adopted, and this is kind of a personal story to her, but it's based on the true story of
her friend and co-writer,
a Cambodian author, Laung Ung, I think is how you say her name, and it's the story of kind of the Khmer Rouge. I don't really know how to say it, but they were these rebels in Cambodia back in the 1970s. Ryan, what did you think of First They Killed My Father?
Yeah, thinking about this one a little bit more, I think I ended up liking it a little bit more than you. This movie obviously has some flaws. I think Jolie has potential to be a really good director, and I saw glimpses of that in here. Overall, the purpose of a director is to be able to tell a coherent story and to milk out and coax out great performances from their actors and actresses. And I feel like she was able to get the performances out of her actresses and actors. But the thing that this is lacking on the most is the storytelling. And by the end of the movie, when you get to the credit card, they have a big credit thing that explains everything you just watched. I needed that to know what I had just watched. It was a very choppy story, and granted, part of that was probably because it did feel a little bit stylized with what she was going with, and there were subtitles, so I think I may have missed some things reading and looking between subtitles and visual, but at the same time I feel like that probably should have been considered beforehand, and a little more thought should have been given into that, because by the end of it I knew who the characters were, and I had very emotional and specific experiences with those characters, but overall the story of where it was going and why it was happening and what happened, I still have no idea. And that's such a shame, because it's a very important story, and the tragic things that happen in this story need to be heard and need to be told. I will say the beginning felt very off to me, mainly from a cinematography standpoint. They were doing some unique things that I feel like after the first act they gave up on, and it kind of became a more generic film. And then towards the end it gets very relentless, which actually worked for me. This is very graphic. It kind of felt like Hacksaw Ridge in a sense. You see the brutality of war, and no holds bars. They show you what it was like. So I really did appreciate that, though overall it had some flaws.
Yeah, I didn't like this movie. I think that what Ryan just said is exactly how I feel about it. So it's weird because I liked it less than he did, but have pretty much the same thoughts. I think the performances are all really good in this movie. Neither me nor Ryan were alive during this conflict, so going into this I did not really know what was happening in Cambodia at this time, and it could have been a great way to learn about it for somebody who's just, an ignorant American who doesn't know about that conflict. But like he said, she doesn't do her job of telling you in a way that is effective and makes you understand what's going on. And maybe that's her point, is that they don't know really what's going on. But at the same time, I feel like we needed some type of way to understand this conflict a little bit more, and why these people were doing what they were doing, just for historical context. And I think that the first half of the movie could have been cut down significantly. It's dragged out over a very, very long time, and I think it's to get you to know these characters, but I didn't feel like I knew the characters even over that hour and a half. So overall, I thought this movie was very disappointing. I think that a movie that is better about similar subject matter is Beasts of No Nation. I think that's the movie that people should check out.
And something keep listening if you want, but this is just kind of a side note that I just thought of. Structure-wise, for me personally, I think it would have worked if, the film is called First They Killed My Father. I felt like that was kind of the inciting incident. That should have been moved forward to the end of the first act.
Yeah.
And then you would have cut out like 30 or 40 minutes of the film. So it would have gotten right to the point and really worked out for me. But overall, let's go ahead and score it. I'm going to give it a 6.5. I thought it was visually good most of the time. I liked it more than I didn't like it, though I think it was a giant misstep. This is one that I think people will start watching the first 15 minutes on Netflix and then check out of. But that's unfortunate.
Yeah, I'd give this one a 5 out of 10. I liked it quite a bit less than Ryan here did. And overall, I just thought it was really disappointing, especially as somebody who really was a fan of Unbroken. So, yeah, disappointing, guys, but check it out if you have an interest in it, I suppose. Well, thank you all very much for watching. Make sure to check out our other reviews and videos covering the Telluride Film Festival, and you can follow me on Twitter at SpinnyHand.
You can follow me on Twitter, Stardust, Instagram, whatever you want, on @Right_Gordon.
Thank you all very much for watching. Until next time,
bye.